Hello, and what is going on, OPM crew? I am super excited for today's video. I am going to be reviewing Deadpool and Wolverine. Uh, there's a lot to get into with this. I'm just going to try to keep it as simple as possible. Just kind of give my own take on what I thought and how I believed the movie panned out. There are so many different opinions and so many different takes on this movie, and I just want to give mine. And just being as general and open and mostly honest within my own opinion about the movie. So first off, thank you for being here. It really means the world to me. Every time you click on one of my videos, you're helping me get to where I want to be. So I really appreciate it. And everybody that is also, still, within my job as far as October Pro Media, my photography slash videography business. I really appreciate you guys as well. We are still going strong and we are still open and ready for you guys to hit us up so we can get you those memories that we promise. But that is not what we're here to talk about. We are here to talk about Deadpool and Wolverine. So I actually went and me and my soon to be fiance, we just went out and watched this movie last night. It was opening day. We bought the tickets the day they went on sale, and we've been waiting for this movie for a few months. So I've personally been waiting on it since I knew it was being, written. Anybody that knows, I am a huge fan of the MCU, and just a huge fan of film in general. So anyways, I think it's, there's no better time than the present. So let's get right into it. So first of all, before we start actually talking about the film itself, I do want to kind of go over the merch line. We watch our movies at AMC. If we want to see a movie in 4DX, we obviously go to Regal. And then obviously, if we want to watch something in IMAX, they have specific theaters for that as well. But here in Nashville, we go to our AMC down in Bellevue. It is an amazing theater. It's treated us more than great. Every time we go there, they treat us, like we're the bomb.com, and we treat them just like that back. We have a great relationship with that theater, and that'll always probably be the theater we go to. So as far as the merch, I knew going into this that it was going to be super difficult, if not impossible, to get our hands on the memorabilia that we wanted in general. So that goes for the popcorn buckets, the cups. This is a trend now, and even before it was a trend, I was super into this. I've always loved collecting memorabilia, popcorn buckets, and definitely souvenir cups. I'm just a huge fan in that, and so is my significant other. So something we love to do. So I'm gonna just go ahead and go over the ones that we got. We actually went. My significant other went down there during the first showing at 3:30. For ones that don't know her, her name is Diane. She's the love of my life. We've been together for about 3 years, and anything that I can't get done, I promise you, she will get it done. She gets it done every time. So shout out to Diane for that. She's the MVP. She's the goat. But she got down there and she got the ones, that we talked about and the ones that we really wanted. And then, by time it was time for our film to start, what do you know? All the cups are sold out, and they only have one popcorn bucket that they're selling, and I believe they were almost out of that. So we ended up getting two souvenir cups and two popcorn buckets. Okay, so I'm sure you're familiar with the original popcorn bucket that was being advertised for the movie, the one that says designed by Deadpool. So we did end up getting that, and it's right here. So this is the Wolverine designed by Deadpool popcorn bucket. It is amazing. It's everything that you could think of. It's it's so fun. So and this this is going up on our shelf downstairs in our theater room. with all of our other movie memorabilia, and that's gonna be where it stays because I've just seen some crude TikToks on this shit, and yeah. But this is so awesome. We love it, and it's going down there. With the rest of our memorabilia. So yeah, there's the designed by Deadpool popcorn bucket. And then to go along with that, obviously, if there was another popcorn bucket that was available, I wanted it, had to have it, and there was. So we also have a Deadpool popcorn bucket, which is Headpool. Super fantastic. It comes with a stand. So obviously it was made for more for memorabilia, like I say, and we did not put popcorn in this one. We ate our popcorn out of the designed by Deadpool one, but it does open just to where you could put popcorn in it if you wanted to. Very little, but we did not do that. We left it in the car. And it will be going down there beside the other popcorn bucket as well. So, really awesome, very amazing detail. I mean, this is made very delicately and with so much detail. The mouth moves down here. This guy spins. So, I mean, this thing is awesome. I love it. It's probably my favorite one, to be honest. So yeah. These are the popcorn buckets. So hopefully, they come back out with them. When you go see the movie, they have hopefully restocked or they're not sold out wherever your location is to go see the movie. But yeah, you can get both of these popcorn buckets. Here we go. At AMC Theaters. I will put the link down below, amctheaters.com. And yeah, if you're going to see the Deadpool movie or not, you can find these at your local AMC. So those are the popcorn buckets. And as far as the cups, we got our hands on 2 cups, a Deadpool cup and a Wolverine cup. These cups are really the highlight of the memorabilia merch because they're just the way they're made. I mean, they're beautifully handcrafted. They have to be, and they're awesome. They're so freaking cool, and each one is it's special in its own way. So, this is the Deadpool cup. Again, AMC. As you can see, the front of it made very, very well. It's just the design is it's very Deadpoolish and it is Deadpool. And I don't know what they made, what kind of fabric or what that's I don't know what that is, but whatever they used to make it. I mean you can squeeze it, it's not super hard, but it's sturdy, so it's a very good cup. And then you got the Deadpool on the back of it, of course, for the movie, Marvel Studios. Boom boom. And then mine came with Baby Pool on the top. So, different ones have different toppers. I saw my sister Nicole got one with Head Pool on the top. So, yeah, this is the Deadpool cup, and it's amazing. If you can get your hands on one, definitely recommend it. You're going to be able to keep this forever. So, amazing cup. And the Wolverine cup, which I'm actually drinking my morning coffee out of right now, is probably my favorite out of the 2 cups. So this is the Wolverine cup, obviously made out of the same material as the Deadpool cup. It has the original X-Men Wolverine suit, basically just wrapped over the whole cup. It is the cup. And then on the back, you have Marvel Studios, Deadpool and Wolverine. And yeah, man. And then I believe, if I'm not wrong, this cup comes with this topper on all of them. I might be wrong. If I am, let me know in the comments if you got a different one. But if I'm correct, this is the only topper for this cup. And what's in this cup right now is absolutely delicious. I make a Italian espresso. I put about 10 ounces of it in there, and then I put some caramel syrup with some caramel creamer in it, and just a splash of milk. Man, it's so good. And then toss some ice in there. Boom! It's so good. But yeah, this cup is a game changer, man. I'm probably gonna use this. Oh my gosh, every other day, for a long time. And then it'll go down there with the rest of the memorabilia. But yeah, I definitely recommend getting one, if not both of these cups, if you have the chance. These things are just freaking awesome. So there's the Wolverine cup. Boom, 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 boom. All right. All right, so you've seen all the memorabilia. The memorabilia that we got anyway. All of it is available at your local AMC. You can go to AMC or AMC.com, AMCtheaters.com. Check out all the movies they have playing. Go watch Deadpool and Wolverine now there, and make sure you pick up some of these souvenir cups or popcorn buckets, and tell your local AMC employee that they are the best. Okay? So now, the movie review, right? So going into this movie, I knew it was going to be a Deadpool movie. I knew it was going to be hilarious. I know exactly how Ryan Reynolds acts. I know exactly how, I know how he presents Deadpool. I've been a big fan ever since the first movie. And I kind of knew what I was going into. So obviously doing that, knowing that, I'm not going to go in with any expectations because I know Deadpool. I know Ryan Reynolds. Why in the world should I go in there with some type of expectations or expect, this to be just like all the other movies or for me to react like I did when I first saw Deadpool? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go in like he's a friend, like I know him, and that this is going to be fun. This is going to be Deadpool. So that's how I went into it. Also, with the obvious expectation to see Wolverine, Hugh Jackman. So I was, man, when I knew Deadpool 3 was coming out, and then I realized that Hugh was going to be, coming back into the role of Wolverine. Oh my gosh, it was like a dream come true. And then I knew, going into this movie that dream was going to be realistic, and I was so excited. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna there's gonna be spoilers in this review, but I'm also not gonna throw too many out there. Like I'm not gonna give away the ending. I'm not gonna tell you every single character that was in the movie. I am going to go over major cameos, and I am going to go over major surprises. More say. Because most of the cameos that are in this movie are more of surprises because they actually have roles. Most cameos, when you get cameos in a film, they usually come kaboom and then they're gone. And that's awesome and we love that. But that's why I don't specifically say these are cameos. They're more surprises because these characters have roles and they matter in the film. So, but before we get into that, I want to give Ryan Reynolds his flowers. He was born to play Deadpool. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is his best work. In my own humble opinion, the goats of comedy definitely have Ryan Reynolds in that conversation. He is on that list to me. There's just nobody that gives a comedic spill like he does. He is one of a kind. And he was born on October 23rd, so he is a Scorpio. I'm sorry, Libras, you almost had him, but we got him. And you can definitely tell if you're into that kind of stuff. You can see it all over him when he acts, but. Yeah, he does an amazing job. He is this. I would even almost say this Deadpool is more hilarious than the first two because he's literally just constantly just picking the whole time. Like as far as fourth wall breaks, he makes so many, and most of them revolve around like the Fox, the Disney, the Marvel situation, and basically this being a love letter to Fox and the MCU at the same time. I think that it was genius and brilliant how he did it. and everything he says it just hits. You probably won't think all the jokes hit if you're sensitive to crude humor, and that's perfectly fine because there are some things he says that could possibly be stated as controversial, but I don't. I personally don't find any of that controversial because I know for a fact they're jokes and that's what matters. If he was being serious, then of course we'd have a problem, but he's not. And it's just makes it that much more hilarious. Um, and as far as the action in it, he is just it just got so much better. I mean, whoever trained him for this movie, it's probably been the same person training him throughout all three movies. It's just gotten better and better. Whoever his stunt doubles were, they killed it. It was just an overall 10 out of 10 performance for Deadpool. Deadpool came and Deadpool did what Deadpool does. And it was extravagant to watch. And as far as Hugh Jackman goes, Hugh Jackman was also, that's so funny. He was also just born to play the role of Wolverine. Wolverine is such a fun character to watch because he has that emotional side that we all have at the end of the day, and he's always constantly just beating himself up and thinking that he's not good enough, and he doesn't want others to know how he truly feels on the inside when it comes to sentimental and positive things. He kind of wants to just keep that to himself because he's so scared of getting hurt. And in return, he protects people that he loves, and he hurts people that try to hurt him or the people he loves. And I think that's part of the reason we've all grown to follow and love Hugh Jackman's Wolverine so much, and just the character of Wolverine himself. Hugh Jackman is Wolverine. I hope Hugh Jackman is always Wolverine, even if they do change the character in the future MCU. Obviously, that's okay because Hugh Jackman is getting old, but I wouldn't be opposed to seeing him in a few more movies. His performance in this was just amazing. He brings a lot of that emotional grit to the movie. I literally found myself just crying laughing. And when I say crying laughing, I don't mean laughing so hard I cry. I mean like I was laughing at the jokes, at the movie, the humor of the movie. I was dying laughing, and then in another instant, I'm literally crying with sad emotion. Like I'm sad. I feel like I'm about to be devastated. And it hits on that. It goes back and forth. It just hits. It doesn't miss. So that's a huge takeaway from it. I truly believe that this was a millennial movie. It was it was just it was a love letter to all millennials. I believe there was coming from a Generation X human being. It's pretty great. But we all know that Blake Lively is a millennial herself, and Ryan Reynolds is married to Blake Lively. So I'm sure he gets a lot of that Generation X, or that a lot of that millennial love and care and humor, as far as him being with her. So we got all the music was just it was gold. We had Backstreet Boys. We had some OG hip hop. We had, what else? I think we had NSYNC too. And we had some, old school rock and roll. Like, it was just amazing. And then, yeah, man, it was just, and then we had Madonna, of course. And the way these action scenes go hand in hand with these love songs, it's just so beautiful. It's spectacular. But yeah, definitely, I believe a millennial based movie. But Gen Z, Gen X, any generation will love this movie and appreciate it because there's a little bit of all of it in there. But definitely overall, yeah, I think it was a love letter to millennials for sure. Millennial gang. So yeah, I'm proud to be millennial. So um, but yeah, also, as far as, so this is where I'm about to get into the surprises slash cameos. So if you haven't seen the movie and you don't want to hear about it, I would just turn this off right now. And yeah, well, I'll get right into it. So, as far as the cameos, which we're going to call them surprises because, like I said, by definition of cameo, I guess they are, but in a more realistic sense, they're not cameos. They are just they're characters of the movie. We had Chris Evans, our Captain America, Chris Evans, as Johnny Storm. Best cameo out of the whole movie for me. There was another one really close that almost ties with it, but after a long, hard out thought about it, Chris Evans as Johnny Storm, best cameo in the whole movie. I literally couldn't believe it when I saw it. I literally yelled, screamed for joy along with the rest of the movie theater. We all went into this hysteric frenzy and we were just literally loving life. It was like a nerd bomb exploded in the movie theater. Like we were literally losing our minds. We also had Blade, which is obviously the other one that's very close to being tied with Johnny Storm. I cannot believe Blade showed up. I mean, oh my gosh, that was literally insane. I did not expect that at all. Wesley Snipes coming back to perform his role of Blade is was huge, and he literally just came out of nowhere and he literally set his uphill ice skating line from the first movie. It was crazy. And if you're a true Marvel fan and you really know about all the drama and all that stupid idiot BS that went on back in the day between Wesley Snipes and Ryan Reynolds, it was even more beautiful to see. Obviously, I wasn't thinking about that as soon as well, while I was watching the movie, but after the movie, I kind of thought about it, and I was like, "Wow, like they did not like each other at one point." Obviously, Ryan Reynolds was in one of the Blade movies, and I think it was Blade 2 or 3, but and they I guess they had some drama offset, but they squashed that, and Wesley Snipes revised that role, and it was just something literally so beautiful to see, and he was amazing throughout the entirety of his screen time. So. We also had X-23 come back from Logan. She's grown, obviously. She's grown up a little bit, and it was very emotional to see her. We got to watch her fight with her claws, and we got to watch a whole just smackdown with her actually being a part of it, which I didn't think was going to happen. But so that was really awesome. And then another huge one for me, anyway, was Channing Tatum as Gambit. Oh my gosh, we know a long time ago that he was supposed to play this role as Gambit. I believe it was going to be in an X-Men movie. If I'm wrong, sorry, don't shoot. But if you actually know what role he was going to play in and what movie, leave that in the comments because I'm not 100% sure. I could obviously look it up, but I'll probably forget. But yeah, Channing Tatum is Gambit. Gambit is one of my favorite X-Men characters. You can ask my love. She definitely knows that. I talk about Gambit every time we're watching X-Men 97, or we're talking about the X-Men in general. He is just so sick with those cards, and he's very powerful, very strong, and he has a lot of tricks that'll throw you down, boy. Like he's tough. I love Gambit. And he's so cool, and his accent's just it's awesome. Channing Tatum was hilarious. He played Gambit, very well, I think. He was kind of just making fun of himself a little bit, but also taking it serious at the same time, which made out to be, a great Gambit, in my opinion. So, and then, of course, we also had Jennifer Garner as Elektra. And then, yeah, we actually got to see a whole fight scene with all of them together. basically it was like the X Force that Deadpool never got to have, that Wade never got to have. So we got to see, him assemble all of them together and fight a bunch of minion TVA henchmen, minions, whatever you want to call them. And it was no, it wasn't TVA agents or minions. I'm sorry, it was actually Cassandra Nova's, um, you know, old Foxverse uh, characters, bunch of dudes in Magneto's group. Bunch of that side of the um, shit of the X-Men spectrum. So that was really cool. But I mean, there was just so many fights with TVA henchmen that I just forgot um, that those mutants were a part of that fight. So, but yeah, that's what I was trying to say. On that side of the mutant spectrum, because obviously we had Professor X's side and then Magnus's side, and we all know the politics in that. But well, some of us might not. But I'm not going to get into that because it's a whole nother. That could be a whole nother video. But yeah, a bunch of Easter eggs in this movie as well. We have Asgard show up in the void for half a second. Um, uh, we have something. Obviously, Paul Rudd's Ant Man, or Giant Man, just laid out dead. Bunch of stuff in the void that you'll end up seeing that was really cool to lay eyes on, and then um, also. Um, I just want to say this real quick. There is so much talk about. Actually, give me 1 second because I need this before I start talking about this. I don't condone this. Just saying. I do it because it helps me. And as a matter of fact, no one wants to hear me inhale and exhale. It's about to get serious, okay? This goes out to all of you reactors and film critics out there. Not 100% of you, but most of you, because I guess being a film critic means that you have to be negative. You have to find something bad about everything that you watch. Why? Why do you have to negatively critique everything? My personal opinion, right? I am never going to go into a movie with these ridiculous expectations, no matter how big of a fan I am, no matter how much I know about the specific thing that I'm going to watch. I'm just not going to do it because expectations lead to resentments, and you are going to learn to resent things when you continue to go in and expect this and expect that, and it doesn't happen. Just go into the movie knowing that you are there because you want to see that movie and you are so excited to see what happens. It's a movie. You're supposed to be surprised. You're supposed to enjoy it. You're not supposed to sit there with your imaginary notebook and imaginary pen sitting there jotting down everything that you disliked about the movie. That that's such that's just such poor journaling and just poor human skills. Like, don't do that. Don't be that person. Go in and love what you're about to watch. I mean, just enjoy it for what it is, because that's why they make these movies. They make them so you can go and free yourself of life's whatever for a few hours. You know, don't stop just constantly, finding something wrong with everything you go see. I have heard so many negative things about the MCU lately. I have heard so many negative takes on the multiverse saga. You guys are just stuck, like literally stuck, and can't get out of the Infinity Saga. Y'all are stuck. And I'm so sorry, but it's true. You guys obviously can talk about the multiverse saga and what it's about all day long, but it's like you just either overlook or you miss key things that are happening in these films and shows. I personally believe, and I am one of the biggest MCU fans you'll ever meet. And I will literally sit here toe to toe and argue you all day long on that. I swear I am. Anybody that knows me knows I am. If you could see my whole office right now, it's covered, literally covered. But that's not the point. The point is, I truly believe that this multiverse saga was what we needed. I believe that leaving Infinity War, that you can only go up from there, right? Right? Obviously, you guys don't think that because y'all just think it just crashed and burned. No. There's not just up and there's not just down. There's this too. Right? Right down the middle. And that's what it's been doing. It's been leading up like the Infinity Saga did. At the beginning of the Infinity Saga, all you guys were whining and bitching then. It's like nothing it's like nothing's ever good enough unless we get 100 cameos and everybody from the Marvel Cinematic Universe shows up in one movie. If that doesn't happen just because you saw a trailer and you dissected it to start thinking of these outlandish things and told yourself and made yourself believe that everybody was going to show up in this movie and it didn't happen, and now you don't like that movie and you have all these negative things to say about it, that is some baby back bullshit. Like, straight up. Enjoy the movie for what it is. Golly. I mean, every single title that Marvel has put out since Endgame was good. Unpopular opinion, alert, alert, unpopular opinion. Every single MCU title that has been put out since Endgame was good. That includes Secret Invasion and Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Yes, I loved Miss Marvel. Loved it. Loved it. It was just as good as Secret Invasion to me. Just as good. Oh my God, I can't believe I said that. Don't shoot. Right? That's it. Ridiculous. You obviously didn't care enough about the show or wasn't invested or didn't pay attention enough, and you just found 100 things to critique negatively. You know? I mean, it's just unreal. I literally, WandaVision was my favorite show. Sure, I have a favorite. Yay. It's a lot of people's favorite. But I thought WandaVision was just as good as Echo. I thought X-Men 97 was just as good as What If. I mean, damn. I thought Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Watch this. I liked Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness more than Avengers Infinity War. Oh my gosh. But I loved Avengers Infinity War. It's one of the greatest team-up superhero movies of our history of humanity. But Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness was something new. It was something fresh. I will never forget the feeling I had watching that come to life in front of me at the movie theater. It was amazing. I think Deadpool and Wolverine, just as good as Avengers Endgame. It is. Did I cry and feel like one of my family members literally died right in front of me when I watched Avengers Endgame? Yes. Did I get chills going from the tippy top of my finger all the way to the back of my head when I saw all the Avengers assemble? Yes, I did. But I also felt that in a smaller form with this movie. I love it all. I love it all. I love it all. Werewolf by Night, all of it. I mean, golly, man. I'm a big fan of anything the MCU puts out because I'm an MCU fan. It's the same thing with being friends with somebody. Don't be friends with somebody if you're going to sit there and talk shit behind their back and talk shit about all their negatives. We're human. If you go into anything thinking that something needs to be perfect, you're the problem. Don't be the problem. Be the solution. The solution is way better. It's always great to find a solution. Stop being so negative. All right, that's what I have to say. So, um, my intake of Deadpool and Wolverine, 10 out of 10, 5 stars. Call me biased. Call me Mister Don't Critique Enough. Whatever. Fantastic movie. I believe most people will agree with me. And yeah, I definitely believe that everybody should see this movie. There's something in it for everybody. And I truly believe anybody that watches it will have just the best time. No matter what kind of movies you like, no matter what your favorite genre is, no matter who your favorite actor or actress is. I mean, this movie has something for everybody. Don't take the fact that I said this is a millennial movie and be like, oh, I'm Gen Z, or oh, I'm Gen X, or I'm Gen Alpha, and don't go watch the movie, because there's something in it for everybody, right? For everybody. Don't take your 2-year-olds, right? But anybody 5 and up, watch it. Go watch it. Take your kids as long as they're over the age of 5. But yeah, so I need to get off here because I need to get dressed for work. I'm working a double today and tomorrow. So I am about to, go bust it real quick. But I really hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you for clicking on this, and thank you for checking it out. Make sure you go watch Deadpool and Wolverine. If you go watch it at your local AMC, tell them Cody sent you from October Pro, and make sure you get some of your AMC merch. It's awesome. I hope it's still there when you go. And by the way, if you tell them that Cody from October Pro sent you, it probably won't mean nothing, but it'll be super awesome for me that you did it. And if you do it, let me know in the comments. That would be just spectacular. And yeah, I'll love you forever. So yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and even better day today. And yeah, we will see you next time. And keep pushing positive. Keep pushing good. Keep pushing happy. Keep pushing low expectations. Okay? Because you're just a human. You don't need to have high expectations for everything. Just be happy that you're alive and be excited that you get to go see a movie that you actually want to see. Wow. Yeah, I'm only picking, but I'm also serious at the same time. Lighten up a little bit, okay? All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, we'll see you next time. Peace.